Welcome to Brox and Max. This channel is mainly about antique trucks, Max, Brockways, things of that nature. But this particular piece I felt was worth talking about. It's a pretty unique, you don't see them very often. It's a 1973 Cat D7F Dozer, formerly from the military. It spent a majority of its life, obviously military owned, I'm assuming stored indoors because there is not much rust on it. It has a severe duty undercarriage on it that I believe was put on probably in the mid-90s, along with a 3306 engine with the upgraded transmission. So this was not born this way. In fact, we had a D6H in 1989, and this has the same identical motor. So any type of recording that Cat has on it, I ran the serial number through them and they said it was refurbished in 1997. So I'm assuming that that's the model engine year. So it's got a lot of power. It performs well. It has, like I said, very little time. The little bit that I crawled underneath it to look, I would guess it has about 1,000 hours on it. And there's a mechanical hour meter on the injection pump that must have fit the 3306 engine, because I assume that was original to the machine, and somebody was nice enough when they refurbished it last to swap that out and put it on. So I would imagine that's the original hours to this machine. The blade has next to no wear. A little bit wet on the grill because I put new hoses up there and one fitting was a tad loose when we were running it. Tighten that up. Needs a wash, but overall this is a brand new machine. I've never run a brand new Dozer before, but this is as close as brand new comes. I see there's other YouTubers that mess around with these military Dozers, and I do see them come up from time to time. This was a local municipal auction where we got it, so we were able to look at it before we bought it, and it's as new as they come. Look at the pads on that. Sprockets are like new. The pins are brand new. Can't explain it unless you're standing right in front of it. It's a step back in time. You would never think a 50-year-old machine would be this brand new. Got the tag on it. That's the other part that I think is war. Everything is, you can still read it like it came right out of the factory. Old style controls. It's not like the new ones today. It still pushes a lot of dirt. I will say that. This is a very, very impressive machine to run. So for any of you that messes around with these military machines, that hour meter that I was talking about is on the injection pump. Looking hard enough. So the clock reads, I don't know if you can see it, 1,039 hours, which is nothing on a machine, never mind on a 3306 engine. And I believe this hour meter here was redone in 1997, and this registers 233 hours. Just nothing is out of place, nothing's bent, nothing's twisted. I've seen military stuff. I mean, some things were worked, but this is, I think it's been on vacation its whole life, practically, until we got our hands on it and we were able to use it. They were not afraid to use steel in these machines back in the day. Not to say the new machines now are lightweight by any means, but I mean, this piece here is 1/2-inch steel. It's ridiculous how much steel is in this machine. We went through it just to check it over again because it's been standing around. Changed the engine oil, checked the transmission oil, finals. It did have a slight overheating issue, and come to find out after changing the thermostat and checking over the water pump, because of it sitting around, must be somebody mixed original green antifreeze with red antifreeze, and the tubes were all plugged up in the radiator core itself. So that was an episode to change out the radiator, get a new radiator core. We were able to get an aftermarket core, which I think the quality was just as good as the OEM. New muffler on this too, just from sitting around it. I think it had a small hole in it, and we just didn't care to repair it. We'd rather have brand new on it. Overall, no complaints with this machine. So there you have it. Other than me starting it up and working it a little bit, this is it. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and there's more videos to come. Have a good one.